Hi everybody, thanks for watching segment 2 of Smacktalk. I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Shawn Adams.
We're going to do the NHL and a little World Cup qualifying, a little soccer news right now. The Philadelphia Flyers had an 0-3 start, fired Peter Laviolette as their head coach.
Which they should have done last year.
Yeah, I agree. There's really no goalie because Ilya Bryzgalov has signed with the Las Vegas Wranglers.
Yeah,
so they're not.
Team,
yeah, well, you know what? He said he wants to go back to the NHL and that this is kind of just on a temporary basis, you know. But I'm looking forward to see the guy in goal.
I can't
wait.
To
tell you the truth, I don't want to hinder his career or anything, but I hope he doesn't get signed to an NHL team
because we would love to watch the Wranglers dominate.
Yeah,
are you kidding me? Yeah,
ridiculous. Nick Backstrom, speaking of goalies, he's out after hitting the pole. I think during play, I'm not sure how it happened. He hit the post probably when someone was crashing into the net.
Surprise team, Colorado Avalanche 3-0. Mm-hmm. New York Islanders, you called that, they're 3-0. And I don't know how we missed the San Jose Sharks on our potential contenders. I think we're worried about the playoffs.
Because they have Antti Niemi.
Yeah, that's
why.
They're 3-0. And then, my pick right here, two of them, St. Louis Blues and the Pittsburgh Penguins, both 3-0. St. Louis Blues just beat his Blackhawks the other night in a close game.
Yeah.
The same time my Pirates lost.
Needless to say, we were in a little bit of
a
fun
spot. Yeah. So I'm not rooting for St. Louis, but I did pick them. I think they're probably the best challenger in the West. One thing I was looking at, and I just realized this when you talked about the Blackhawks and the Red Wings are playing in the Eastern Conference now. I didn't notice that until I checked the standings the other day. I thought they just moved them to a different division.
No,
they moved them to conferences. Yeah, and not only that, it's like 16 teams in one conference.
Yeah, we played Detroit a whole 2 times this year.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're telling me that's ridiculous.
Some boxing news. Manuel Marquez, right? Versus Timothy
Manuel Marquez.
Versus Timothy Bradley
Jr.,
who cheated a victory out of Pacquiao because we found out that
he didn't really cheat.
Well, the judge that scored it for Bradley scores a draw in the Mayweather fight and then walks away from judging. That's a little bit
okay. It's
suspicious.
Not cheating. I don't think Bradley.
No, Bradley didn't agree with it. No.
On the other hand, I think Mayweather might have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously?
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it's good. It's
First
good
of all, Bradley didn't beat Pacquiao.
No,
it was a good fight, and he took a lot of shots to the chin, and he proved that he could take a hit.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Fight, yeah.
One of the judges said that he gave Pacquiao a boxing lesson. That was the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Boxing lesson.
Yeah.
How to lose because you got ripped.
These two guys are the last 2 guys to actually beat Pacquiao. Juan Manuel Marquez knocked him out.
Yeah.
Which was a great fight, but it only took him 3 fights to do so. Because the first 3, Manny Pacquiao won.
And he tested positive for steroids after one of them.
Okay, well, there you go.
So
now they're fighting against each other. I'm gonna take Bradley.
I'm taking Bradley.
Jinx, dude. I'm going to take Bradley, definitely.
Remember when you were a kid, you used to count? You owe me a soda.
Okay.
Anyways, also, Amir Khan versus Mayweather.
That's a rumor, but it is a cool rumor because Amir Khan is young and he's able. He's not going to beat Mayweather.
If Mayweather's going to go out on top, he might as well fight the best, youngest boxers.
Yeah, and that would be Timothy Bradley Jr.
Well, if Bradley wins this fight,
No, they'll have 3 more against Marquez. That's the way boxing is nowadays. The best fighter doesn't fight the best fighter in the world until he's washed up and old.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I mean, I was seriously hoping, and I really thought that Canelo Alvarez had a shot, and then I was sadly mistaken. Sadly, well, you can't call it when dude's 42-0. Okay, this is not like, oh, I called it. I'm so smart.
I know.
He's
I'm just saying that the smart idea. I talked about this. Every boxer that goes in there, they have a game plan, and then they start the first 4 or 5 rounds. They box Mayweather's fight. By that time, he's outpointed him, and the fight's over. And then he's smiling. He's in his corner smiling. His corner's like, "You got this." And he goes in there and he starts doing the little.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna hit me? You're not gonna hit anything. You're gonna hit my forehead or my shoulder.
The shoulder's blocking one side of the chin, and the fist is blocking the other.
And you get the big forehead. I mean,
that's why Victor Ortiz headbutted his punk butt. Because he couldn't get in there. Hey, he plays great defense. What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
You can't. The way to beat Mayweather is square him up in the nose, so he kind of gets flustered, and once he drops, then you hit him in the chin.
No, you know the way.
Nobody's done
the way
that.
to beat Mayweather.
Go ahead.
Way to beat Mayweather.
Pay the
Slip
judges.
some cocaine into the locker room before you fight him. Then when you lose, you have him tested, and you get a no decision. It goes against the record. I'm just saying.
You know what's a fighter that I've been waiting to see since his Antonio Tarver fight is Latif Coyote.
Oh, Latif Coyote. Tony sends me He's like, it's my Facebook. Yes. It's like in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, it's like, Tony Gaglione would like you to like Latif Coyote. I'm like, boom, click it. We've been talking about
I liked it. And did you see my post? I was like, next fight? Maybe sometime soon?
Yeah, he's 18-0, he's Nigerian.
He actually commented back and he goes, yes, very soon, I let you know.
Yeah, next thing you know, my news feed's blowed up like, what can I eat tonight? I'm going to have goat for dinner.
Yes,
like, this dude is awesome. Favorite fighter ever, instantly. Just instantly.
Oh, the slap boxer. That's what we call it, because all of his punches come in like this to the side. It's like he's slapping somebody.
But he wins. He's undefeated.
Who's he fought? I looked at his record on Wikipedia. It's ridiculous. The only guy he's fought is Antonio Tarver, who was like 87 years old when he fought him.
Yeah, in a
it's
wheelchair.
Ridiculous.
Moving on. We got some World Cup qualifiers this weekend.
No, I want to talk about Latif Coyote some more.
We'll talk about Latif in a second.
Go ahead.
In World Cup qualifiers, we got USA versus Jamaica, and then they play Panama. They've already locked up the world qualifying spot, but it's more or less about keeping Panama.
And winning the group.
Getting first place, and trying to improve that ranking. They're 13th right now. They can get into the top 10. Make sure they guarantee the pot 2. Also, Mexico's got a must-win game against Panama, then Costa Rica. They're currently outside of the Intercontinental playoff spot. So, I'm sorry, but I said Mexico wasn't going to make it. I think Panama beats them, and then I think Costa Rica draws.
Yeah, but even if they do, who are they going to play in the playoff? New Zealand?
No, Panama would play. I don't see Mexico even making it.
No, I'm saying if Mexico made it.
Yeah, they play New Zealand, who will probably upset them.
That would be hilarious to see New Zealand win, because New Zealand doesn't hold a shoelace to any team in CONCACAF.
But in rugby, the All Blacks are like the best team ever.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of World Cup qualifiers, on Tuesday when USA plays Panama and Mexico plays Costa Rica,
we're gonna do
Ghana
show
versus
Tuesday,
we're going to do that show. Ghana plays Egypt, which is interesting because that's Bob Bradley, former U.S. coach. He's been knocked out twice in the knockout round by Ghana, and now he has to fight for his team's World Cup qualifying. By Tuesday, the 15th, the World Cup spots will be qualified or finalized, except for the African Nation Cup 5 spots. They have a home and home, one this weekend and Tuesday, and then the next set is in November, as well as the European UEFA will have the playoff matchups of your 8 playoff teams. There'll be 4 games, home and home. The first one will be early November or late October, which is coming up soon, and then at the same time as the finals for the African Nation Cup. And then you'll have the draw, which is more interesting than anything because I want to see
right
who
now?
USA gets.
Sure.
Yeah. Plus, I'd like to see October 17th, next Thursday. I believe the final rankings come out for the pots. So the final FIFA, all the rankings will be taken off to October. So if we get into top 10, if we win these 2 games and we dominate, you're in top 10, we could be pot 2, which is really good.
Yeah, you're going to get matched up with one team that's probably higher than you. From pot 1, obviously.
Yeah.
And
the only way to get in pot 1 is to be in top 7 because Brazil's sitting 8th. They're automatically in.
They're automatically, but it's great if they get into pot 2 because you'll be matched up with a team that's better than you, like maybe like a Colombia or even a Brazil. But then the guys beneath you are going to be not so hot. Yeah, not so hot. Yeah. Maybe we'll play Egypt.
If Egypt makes it. I would love to see Ghana in our group.
Yeah, we'll play New Zealand after they upset Mexico.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
It's a guaranteed win.
Also, goal line technology has officially been approved for Brazil. And this is big for me because I remember in 2010 watching the England-Germany World Cup, and it was 2-1, and Frank Lampard hit about a 35-yard bomb from a free kick. It hit the bar, went in the goal, about a yard in, bounced out. Neuer, the goalie, even recognized it, but they didn't know where the goal. Game ends 4-1. It would have been 2-2 at halftime, totally different game. So goal line technology, glad there. No more mystery goals, no more ruled goals. The only thing that can override it is an official's offside call. Mm-hmm. So that's the only thing. They have control over the device.
You know what's cool is that I might become an Arsenal fan if Mr. Lake Forest, Illinois, Brad Guzin goes to Arsenal.
from Aston Villa. I'm not in support of Brad Guzin coming to Arsenal.
He only makes 27 saves a game at Aston Villa.
Yeah, but that's because he has to.
Exactly. But what's going to happen when he only has to save 4? He saves them all.
Yeah. Okay.
Clean sheet.
We got
Lake Forest, Illinois.
We got some clean sheets.
You have the most moronic goaltender in the face of
great
soccer.
talent. His brain is not right. I'm sorry, Chesney. Wojciech Chesney. I love my team, but dude, sometimes
this is why Poland is never winning a World Cup.
Yeah, they got Lewandowski. They're great. Oh, and speaking of Poland, England plays Poland on Tuesday.
Oh, really?
So Poland actually has a chance because they play Ukraine.
Doesn't Montenegro still have a chance?
Okay, just so you know, in that group, England 16 points, Montenegro 15 points, Ukraine 15 points, Poland 13 points. Poland plays Ukraine, and then they play England. So Poland can get in there. Montenegro, England's the decider, though.
I mean, for the amount of talent that's on that team, they are just a big disappointment.
2 Arsenal fullbacks. Jenkinson, Gibbs, starting left and right back this weekend.
Really?
Yep.
All right. It's not that bad.
Speaking of Arsenal players, Jack Wilshere got caught smoking a cigarette.
By Wenger?
No, by the media in England.
Oh, lovely.
Like outside a nightclub, and then Wenger.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah,
he's
but
only
it's
20 years old.
He's 21. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. The kid's not mature enough. He's like, an NFL athlete. He's going to get into trouble.
Well, at least
what he
he's
needs
not
to
getting DUIs and
I think
beating up his lady.
I think this weekend when he goes with his national team and he gets around the likes of Gerrard and Lampard, other midfielders who are vets, they're going to...
Yeah, that's a little different. They might give him a talking or two.
Yeah.
And he deserves it.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney will give him a talking to because he's got more experience about getting in trouble than anybody.
Rooney?
Oh, Rooney. When he was young, 18, at Everton, that kid was all over the place.
He's 26 and you don't hear him in the news ever.
No, not now. That's what I'm saying. I think Rooney had the same pressure that Jack Wilshere did as a youngster. And then, it's good for the young players when they go to the senior teams. Not all national teams, but senior teams.
I never heard of Ronaldo getting in trouble.
That's because Ronaldo is a pretty boy, and he's doing like a facial
He's
a
a
modeling
hater.
ad.
Just a little bit. When he goes to Man U again next year, we'll see.
He's not going to Man U next year. Anyways, I'm Shawn Adams.
Tony Gaglione.
Stay tuned for segment 3, our weekly top 5.